Hello, this is a retired farm boy. My name is Jeff. I want to welcome everyone to my channel. This is my first video that I'm putting out, so bear with me here. Hopefully my videos will get a little better as I go, but the inspiration for my channel really came about from you, the people that are watching this, most likely, are people that are retired or, planning to retire. Making sure that they're ready for retirement, what it's like in retirement. Like a lot of people, I've sort of got hooked on YouTube watching videos and things about anything and everything you can find. A lot of the things that I watch now is related to retirement. I started doing this before I retired, actually. Making sure that I was ready, making sure that I understood the things that I needed to know when I retired and how to handle it and those things. So I want to thank everyone that helped me along in that phase and getting ready for retirement. I hope that I can do the same for others going forward. I want to share my experiences, talk about some of the things that I've done in retirement, plan to do in retirement, projects. I've got many projects around my farm that I'll go into a little bit later, talking about my farm. But anyway, I wanted to talk about, that's the inspiration that I have to do this channel. I've learned a lot, and I want to try to help and see if I can share some things from my experiences and such. Getting back to the handle that I'm using, retired farm boy, I am retired. I retired in June of 2022, so I've actually been retired for over a year and a half now. So I guess I'm a seasoned veteran at this now. But retirement is something that you can plan for it, you can save for it, but until you do it, it's not really something you can really handily tell somebody what it's like. And what I mean by that, it hasn't been hard. It's been great for me. Every time somebody asks me about, what I like about retirement, it's like I wish I'd have done it, years earlier. And that's the honest truth. It's been wonderful for me, but when you're going into it, there's a lot of uncertainty there. You know that you're not going to have that camaraderie anymore with your work mates. There's not going to be that coffee machine in the cafeteria or going out to lunch anymore, with colleagues, and, understanding their lives and, sharing your life so as much. But, a couple things I've learned is that the people that are really close to you and really mean a lot to you, you'll continue to have relationships with them. It is a transition. Perhaps the biggest transition for me was, the not having a paycheck coming in. That's probably something that bothers a lot of people, but that was one that caught me off guard. Psychologically, I think more than anything, my wife is still working, so she's making enough to keep us going right now. So money really wasn't, I'm not saying money's not an issue, because it is for everybody, but that wasn't the concern. It's just the psychological part of not making any money anymore and not planning on ever making money anymore. That was tough for me to swallow. I had many thoughts of going back to work part-time as a consultant, and many opportunities to do that. But I also had this mantra that I'd always lived by, I guess, or not lived by necessarily, but thought about retirement was, when I retire, I don't want to have to work anymore. If I'm going to work, I might as well just stay at my job and work a little bit longer. Now, I know some people don't have that option to do that. I did. I had the chance to go back part-time. It's like I'm breaking my own rule. if I do that. So I've actually stayed away from that, and it's been a year and a half. And my career was in the IT industry, information technology, so it changes so drastically. I've been out of work for a year and a half, and I'm probably out of date now. That's one of the good things that made it easier for me to retire at the same time, was the IT industry is a tough industry, tough field. I was in it for 40 years, and you get to a point of where you get really bogged down and tired of having to relearn and retool, which I had done many, many, many times over in my career. So as far as the handle for the Farm Boy, when I did start my career, I farmed when I first got out of high school. Very quickly tell you this, thinking I was going to be a farmer, wanting to be a farmer, because I'd been sharecropping while I was still in high school, and sharecropping after I got out of high school. I didn't own my own farm or anything. I was just sharecropping. I was raising tobacco, or tobacco as I call it, showing my southern slang there on you. But I learned real quick that I wanted to do something that was get more out of myself. So I went to college for the IT industry, brand new field at the time. It was just ready to take off. When I started in business world, there wasn't even PCs, believe it or not, in business world. So I've seen so much change, and it was just a great field to get into. I was on the ground floor, and it was a great career. It was a great career. So while I was still working early in my career and all through my career, I was doing some kind of piddling on a farm or doing something. So I got the tag name by a guy calling me a Farm Boy, and that sort of stuck as a nickname. And as I went through the years of working, and even when I changed jobs, that tag seemed to always go with me. So that's the reason for Retired Farm Boy. Some of the things that I wanted to go over is, I'm not drawing Social Security yet. I've watched tons of videos of people that have made that decision to do or not do or delay. I'm still in the delay mode. My wife's still working. She pays for our insurance. We are able to survive off of her income. And so I'm holding off until she retires, which we plan for that to be in a couple years. And at that time, that's when I will decide to probably start taking Social Security, because I want to start taking it and not draw as much down on my retirement savings. So that's the plan for me. Please let me know, if you think that's a good idea. I know there's a lot of pros and cons to taking it early and delaying. That's just through all of that. That's the way that I'm looking at this right now. My wife and I have always been pretty frugal through our saving years, and even now with her still working, we're still saving. She's able to still save money for retirement even now. So it's something that's ingrained in us. We don't live real high by any means, and so the lifestyle we have might not be for everyone, but we've set aside enough money to where our financial planners even telling us, you should be good for the lifestyle you want. So we're not rich by any means, but based on what goals she and I have for each other and for our lives going forward, we feel pretty comfortable with it. However, I do want to point out, like everybody else that's retired can tell you, nobody knows if you've got enough money. There's no magic ball that can tell you, if you've got enough. Nobody knows how long they're going to live. Nobody knows if something tragic may happen to where you'll need to pull more of your finances into play sooner than you planned on it. So that's probably the biggest, I'll call it fear, if you want to call it that. Not really a fear, I guess, but something I still think about is like, do we have enough money? Do we have enough money? And although we go over our numbers, I'm a as you might imagine, somewhat of a geek, computer geek. So I watch our finances pretty regularly. We've been tracking our finances on a monthly basis for years now, and making sure we're staying in alignment. So, I feel like we're as prepared as you can possibly be. But, that's probably the biggest fear for me. My wife and I bought a farm 12, 13 years ago now, and so we actually own a farm now. First time I've owned a farm, and it's been really a great thing for us to have our own place. We had to do a lot of fixing up. We've got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, in our farm, but that's also made it very easy, I think, for me to transition, because as anybody that can tell you, there's always something to do on a farm. Anywhere from nailing a tin back down on a barn roof somewhere. The great thing about it for me, though, is when there are those kind of things to do, I can do it when I need to do it. And also, I'm not in a rush to do it. So when I take on a farm project, it's not something I'm trying to get done over a weekend, because I know I've got to go back to work Monday and I can't probably get back to it till the following week. So I can take my time and do it right, so to speak, and not get stressed about it, and do it the way that I have the time to do it. Like I said, I look forward to sharing many more videos. I look forward to watching many more videos from other people. So please, again, subscribe, like the video if you like it, or see something that caught your interest a little bit. Hopefully my videos will only get better. I can make them a little more watchable down the road as I get better with editing and that kind of thing as well. So for now, this is Jeff, the retired farm boy, signing out.